What's going on, good peoples? This is my Terrence Gaither, creator of Nine Mind Design as well as YAPB. And today I'm going to be going over oil painting, and I'm starting off with a violet underpainting, and I'm going to be going through the process as well, just talking about my philosophy on how I view life, how I view art, and just being free with it. So I did a previous video, but it didn't come out too good, so I'm just going to continue with the underpainting. And the title of this painting is called The Lady. I chose to use violet because a lot of people don't, it doesn't really matter what colors you use in an underpainting, but a lot of people use a burnt sienna or they use a blue. But I'm very unconventional in the way that I do things, and I try to go about getting different effects, experimentation. And I think that's kind of what life is about more so. And being an artist has allowed me to be able to view art like that. And that aspect that to really create anything in life, you have to be free enough to make mistakes. And I believe that a lot of people in life haven't strived for success or haven't reached success because they fear the idea of making a mistake. And sometimes a mistake is mistakes are the only way that we really grow. The only way that we really know if we're doing something right or if we're doing it wrong. So my main thing is don't be afraid to make a mistake, you know. Don't be afraid to do things that other people wouldn't do, you know. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Don't be afraid to be a nonconformist. Don't be afraid, period. Because as the saying goes, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And 9 times out of 10, when you're fearing something, or if a fearful thought comes into your mind, it really has no basis in reality. But the thing that I've learned is that whatever you think in reality is true will ultimately become true, whether if it's true or not. So you can entertain a fear all your life, and you may be impeding or stopping your own process from becoming a great person or a great individual, which you already are. You know, I don't believe that there's just certain people out here that are meant to be successful and everyone else is supposed to be at the bottom. That's not how creation works. That's not how life works. I don't believe that's how God works. Because everyone was born the same way. Everyone took 9 months. Give or take a few, if you know. But everything has a certain amount of time in which it's manifested. And we all manifested around the same time, as far as birth is concerned. But there's different births that take place in life. You know, there are creative births. There's a birth in which you find out who you really are in life. You could say that's being reborn, or say born again, if you want to take it from a Christian aspect. But I've learned that fear, the best way to attack fear is to get knowledge. To get knowledge within a certain field of your choosing or your talent. Because once you know something, you really don't have a fear of it anymore. Once you know how to attack it, once you know how to respond to it. For instance, you never drove a car before, and you're scared about driving the car once you start driving. But once you get on the road and you get the knowledge of how the car works, how to feel, how to maneuver that vehicle, things change. You're no longer fearful. You drive it with ease. And that's a lot of things that take place in life that we think we overthink a lot of our situations instead of just facing life head on. Or they say grabbing the bull by the horns. And that's kind of what has inspired me as an artist, because I can have an idea in my head and I may not know exactly how that's going to come about, but I just go with the flow. You know, there's no set way to to do anything. Although there are certain skills you acquire that you know if you do this, you're gonna get this result. But in art and in creativity, it has allowed me to embrace that idea about life. Creativity, there's no formula for creativity. There's only the self. There's only the action. There's only the act of moving toward a desired goal. And that's how we should move in life. We should be creative in life in our interaction with people. And one of the things I believe is very important about a lot of things, or aspiring to have a lot of things, or wanting a lot of things in life, is just to have a desired outcome. Say, for instance, I want to create a painting. I don't know what the painting may necessarily be about, but I say, I want the painting to be, I want some mountains in there. Now, if I go about just drawing mountains, eventually something will come out of my subconscious that will create it toward my desire, because I had an idea. I had a place to start from, and I saw the end. So now it is merely me putting those pieces together. That's how life is. Life is like a puzzle. You know, when you get the puzzle box and you look on the box, you see the picture. That's, you know, I did a lot of puzzles when I was a kid. I know you probably did a lot of puzzles when you was a kid too. But when you look on that puzzle box, it shows you what the image is supposed to look like. You have an end goal. So now you open the box up, you got all these little pieces in here. You got piece here, piece here. You're like, oh Lord, what are all these pieces? But then you start putting a piece here. Oh, they go with that. Oh, they go with that. And you start getting a fuller picture of things. That's analogy of life. You know? You're not gonna have all the full. You're not gonna have it completed like that, but you need to have an idea. And as you go through time and as you assimilate pieces, you may get something from here, you may get something from there. And you're thinking, you know, when you're thinking and you're putting things together, and eventually you'll get the picture. And that has been true for, you know, all great people around the world, because you have to have a vision. You have to have an idea of how you see the world. And that ultimately comes true because we are the creators of our world. You know, there's no one in this world that is creating your world but you, because it is how you respond to things. It is the choices that you ultimately make, and it is about how you feel. A lot of people want to go around in life and want to blame other people for how they feel about things. And I can understand that to a degree, because I was that same person. I'd be like, everybody's doing me so wrong, everybody's doing me so bad. Not knowing that I was causing my own problems, because I was viewing how they acted toward me, and I started imposing it on myself. So I started looking for it. You have to be very careful what you tell yourself, and you have to be very careful how you view the world. Because if you view yourself in a certain light and you view others around you in that certain light, and you don't see any, if you view it in a negative light, or any light that you see it in, it's going to become true. You can take two situations. A person may steal from you, and you be like, and you'll say, man, people are no good, people are thieves. Now that's the belief system. Now everyone you view, unconsciously or consciously, you're going to view that person like, oh, they're a thief. I'm going to have some type of restriction when dealing with them, because in myself, in my soul, I've already determined that I can't trust people. So in thus, people won't trust you. And when people can't trust you, that same energy that you put out is the same energy that you're going to receive. So it's very careful. You got to be very careful. Now, if I go out into the world and somebody steals me from me, I don't hold everyone accountable for what one person may have done. I hold that person accountable, and more so than anything, you must seek to understand people rather than condemn them, because we are all in our own evolution of growing toward spirit, of growing toward a greater definition of ourselves, and to be a person of influence, or to tap into a higher source of energy, you must become a higher being of thought, action, and you must look at the world through the eyes of caring, through the eyes of understanding, and not so much as condemnation. You must be someone that can change the world, and not be someone that is changed by the world. Because if you are changed by the world is very unstable. A lot of people are very unstable because they haven't grasped a lot of things, because they're still in the growing stages of life, and they're still seeking to understand themselves. But once you come with the knowledge of this understanding, then you will be able to realize, like, oh, it's okay. And once you have that, and once you understand that it's okay, you understand that things are moving toward divine purpose. Everything is according to plan. If someone does wrong to me, oh, I must have done wrong to them before. Forgive. Now that karmic chain is broken, and you're no longer holding guilt toward that person. You're no longer holding that within your soul. You're no longer feeling hurt, and you can grow. You move forward into the next interaction and into the next relationship, which makes you a person which is very desired, because you come from a place of non-judgment, because you know that everything is for a purpose, everything is for a reason, and that every negative is a positive. Everything is growth. You have to take it from the analogy of a seed. A seed is placed in the ground with full potential to become an oak, a pine tree, an orange tree, an apple tree. Very unique. Every seed is unique in whatever it may bring. But within that seed contains all the possibility of its future, its life, and what it shall bring. Such as us. But before a seed can come close to its fullness or even reach its fullness, it has to go through the dirt. It has to go through the soil. The soil may be hard, soil may be soft. But that soil is not watered. If it's not given the right spiritual information, the spiritual waters of life, it cannot grow. It cannot break free from its shell. You learned that in kindergarten when you put the seeds in the paper towel. Same thing. You can break free from your shell. The shell is the physical self. When you break free from the physical self, you are to become more than what you ever thought of you could be. You're something for the world now. Now you produce fruit. Now you produce more seeds. You see? But this is my underpainting. It's going to be in purple. So I'm going to start back in part 2. Thank you for listening, and more motivation on the way. Peace.